Hello everyone, my name is Wolo. I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel and have seen my videos. My channel is about sharing information on life in Canada and everything relating to Canada and anything useful for people who plan to immigrate, people who are already in the process of immigrating, and people who live in Canada. I hope to change the name very soon, and that's an announcement I have to make now. Hopefully, from the next quarter, let's say on the 1st of April, I will change the name of the channel to something that relates to the mission of the channel, what the channel is about. And I'm supposed to be doing outdoor videos, but the weather switched off on me for the past 2 days. I tried to do one on Thursday, but the wind was so much, it blew me away, blew my camera, blew everything. And then I tried yesterday again. Snow was falling yesterday. I think I'll show a video of how my backyard looks like so that you can see the mountain of snow, the heap of snow that we have. It snowed again yesterday, and the weather is just crazy in Winnipeg. But it's Winnipeg and they call it Winterpeg, funny enough. Anyway, so that's that. Enough of the rambling. Today I want to talk about something I mentioned in my last video about the salaries, what you earn in Canada, and what comes into your pocket after all the deductions. So expectations versus reality of what the earning looks like. And I'm going to be using a particular amount so that it's relatable. And I've written down the breakdown of how the deductions are and what to expect as the net income, as what goes into your pocket after all the deductions from the earnings. This is something everybody should be aware of, and if you're going to immigrate to Canada, it should not be a surprising factor to you by the time you start working and you see what you start earning or what goes into your pocket at the end of the day. So I'll be using the benchmark of $20 per hour. There's this thing called tax brackets, which I'm supposed to do a video on first before this video, but I'll try to rope the two in so that you can understand. So the tax bracket in Manitoba is different from the tax bracket in Alberta and different from the tax bracket in any other province. Every province has its own tax bracket. What it means is, if somebody is living in Manitoba and the person is earning $36,000 per annum, there is a percentage that will be deducted from the person's salary. The same thing happens if the person now moves from Manitoba to another province, let's say Ontario, and the person is still earning $36,000. There is a percentage that will be deducted from the person's salary based on Ontario's tax bracket. So what I want to talk about is based on Manitoba's tax bracket. And Manitoba has 3 tax brackets combined with the federal. The first tax bracket is 10.8%. That's what happens is, if you're working, 10.8% of your salary, if you're earning from $0 to $32,000, $32,670,000 per annum, 10.8% will be deducted from that money. And if your salary now moves from $32,000 to $70,000, automatically your tax bracket will now be 12.75%. And then if your salary level now moves from $70,000 per annum and above, your tax bracket is 17.4%. Now this is the provincial. So with the federal, it increases. With the federal, it's 15% for the first $46,000, 20.5% for people who earn $46,000 to $93,000 per annum, and then 26% is deducted from people who earn $93,000 to $144,000 per annum, and then 29% is deducted from people who earn $144,000 to $205,000, and then 33% is deducted from people who earn $205,000. But I don't want to dwell on the tax bracket. Although the tax bracket has an effect, I'll be discussing the earnings and then the deductions so that people can understand what to expect when they earn their first salary. So I'll be using a base amount, which is $20 per hour. It's very rare for a new immigrant to get a salary or to get a job that pays about $20 per hour. It's not as if it is not possible. It is possible. There are percentage, or there are a group of people who earn as much as $20 per hour and more than that. But most immigrants, because you're coming from a different background, your experiences sometimes might not count. You have to start roughing it out and start from the bottom. So a lot of immigrants start with the minimum wage, while some immigrants start with like $15 per hour, while some start with 17, while some start with 18, while some start with 19, and then progress from there to $20 per hour. So if you are a new immigrant and you're earning $20 per hour, just know that your tax bracket falls into the second bracket, which is what will be deducted from your salary will be 32.8% if you're living in Manitoba. 32.8% taxes will be deducted from your salary if you start earning as from $20 per hour. And $20 per hour gives you $150 per day and also gives you $3,000 per month and gives you $36,000 per year. So let's break it down. If you're earning $20 per hour, automatically you're earning $1,500 per day. And then the way people get their salaries in Canada, some companies pay weekly, some companies pay bi-weekly, some companies pay monthly. The monthly ones are rare, but the majority of companies pay bi-weekly. So if you fall into the category of people who earn their salaries bi-weekly, that's twice a month, you get paid twice a month, and you're earning $20 per hour, what it means is you'll be getting $1,500 every 2 weeks. So $1,500 bi-weekly and then $3,000 monthly. But if it's bi-weekly, you're getting $1,500. So I'll be doing the breakdown based on the $1,500. So you're earning $1,500, and if you work in a company that is unionized, you might be paying a union dues of $20. And if you're paying union dues of $20, automatically it's deducted from your salary. So from that $1,500 minus 20, you're getting $1,480. That's $1,480 will still be there. There are still other deductions that are going to count so that you can know what is left at the end of the day. So from $1,500, $20 union dues is taken out. Then what is left is $1,480. $1,480 becomes the taxable income. The federal tax will be, from that $1,480, will be 131.23, and then the provincial tax will be 114.07. So automatically 245.30 will be taken out from the balance $1,480. So what you get is what is left after that federal and provincial tax is deducted is $1,235. It doesn't stop there. The deductions does not stop there. After the federal has taken its own, the provincial will take its own. Another deduction is called CPP. CPP is the Canada Pension Plan. Everybody has to contribute to Canada Pension Plan because it's compulsory. It's a compulsory deduction. You can't run away from it. So federal tax has taken its own. Provincial tax has taken its own. CPP, you will now contribute 69.63, and then CPP has taken its own. Another one will take its own, which is EI. EI, you will now contribute 24.30. So at the end of the day, from that $1,500 that you are supposed to earn, that's supposed to be your gross income, a total amount of $359.23 has already been deducted from that 1,500. So what comes into your pocket at the end of the day is $1,140.77. So from 1,500 gross, the net income becomes $1,140.77, and that will be your bi-weekly pay. So if you multiply it by 2, your monthly take-home pay will be $2,281.54. That's if you're earning $20 per hour. So what it means is almost $800 has been deducted from your monthly pay. So if somebody will tell you, I am earning $36,000 per annum, or I am earning $3,000 per month, what the person's take-home pay is actually, in real sense, after all the deduction, is $2,281.54. That is after all the deductions have been made on the person's account. And based on that, it determines how you live your life. Now, for somebody who just came in and is earning $36,000, remember, the person has to pay rent, the person has to eat, the person has to pay his phone bills, if the person has children, he has to pay for daycare. I think I should be doing a video on I'll talk about daycare, how the cost of daycare in Manitoba. And also if the person has a car, the person will be paying insurance. So you can imagine what it is like for families when they immigrate to Canada. It's a bit of a struggle, but the more you persevere and the more you keep applying to jobs and the more you keep, improving yourself in every areas, you try as much as possible to move from this particular earning to a higher level. But another thing is, the higher you go in earnings, the more taxes you also pay. So at the end of the day, it's looking like you're working and not much is coming into your pocket. That's the situation. That's the reality. And I'm not using it to scare anybody. I'm just giving this information out so that a lot of people can understand what it is like. So when you see somebody who is living in Canada and you're telling the person, please send me money. Please try and understand. The person might be earning $36,000 per annum. If you calculate that money in Naira, I'm using Naira because I'm from Nigeria. If you calculate that money in Naira, it's quite a lot of money. But at the end of the day, what comes into your pocket is much, much, much lesser than that. And you have to figure out the bills you pay. You have to, add in the bills you pay, which you cannot say no to. You cannot run away from these things. That's the reality on ground. I hope I've shared a useful information, and I hope to be doing the cost of living in other provinces versus what they earn as well, so that a lot of people can be informed. For Manitoba, it's quite easy. If you're earning this money and you're living in Manitoba, you will save a lot compared to somebody who is earning $36,000 per annum and the person is living in Toronto. The person will not have nothing left behind. The person will have to do 2 jobs. I hope I've not spoken too much, and I hope I've shared useful information. And my next video will be about the Federal Skilled Trades Program, so that people can also learn from there and find something useful about it, and tell your friends, tell your loved ones how they can go about it. Thank you so much for watching, and stay blessed and enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.
This